G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 13 of this FIFA 23 Arsenal career mode series. Make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe. Really helps me out and I appreciate it if you do so. But yeah, this episode we're going to be getting through just a few more games. First up we have the Europa League, the second leg of this matchup. We smashed them 5-1 in the first game, so we basically just need to not lose by 4 goals. So I'm going to be going in with a much weaker side, considering that we do have such a huge advantage, and I'll have the reinforcements on the bench if needed, but they should not be needed. And hopefully we can make a late run here in the Premier League. As you see, we're not too far behind the league leaders, 2 to 3 games worth of wins, so about 6 to 9 points, somewhere around there. And hopefully we can make a late run and possibly steal the title at the end. Yeah, this is the side I'm going to be rocking with. Going to bring in this young centre back again. Just really mixing up the team. Just want to see who really plays well and who I enjoy playing with. Because sometimes it's not the highest rated players that you enjoy using. Like I've mentioned many times, Trossard I feel like plays well above his rating. He's extremely fun to use and he never lets me down. So he always comes on as a super sub normally in first team games, and then he'll start games like this where he can just dominate for me. But we're on the attack first here, which is good to see. Declan Rice showing that he can thread a ball there through to Eddie Nketiah, who finishes that off magnificently on his left foot, post and in. Can't take a shot better than that. And here he is again, this time playing the provider. Finds Smith Rowe, and he sees a wide open Sambi Lokonga, and can he make it too? He can. Not sure about their goalkeeper, but it's a one-on-one, so you can't really blame him. And just like that, it's 7-1 on aggregate. So this game is well and truly over now. They do have a corner and a chance to get one back at least, and it's been pinballing around here. And what a header. It's just looped over Matt Turner there. That is some questionable goalkeeping. But luckily it's not going to have an impact on the game as we're into the last 10 minutes now. But we're going to look to get another goal, and we find Trossard, who I thought was probably offside. But he's not, and he's got all the time in the world to beat the keeper one-on-one again as we win 3-1 and advance, I think, into the semi-finals now, I believe. But don't quote me on that. We will find out shortly if it's the semi-finals or the quarter-finals. But I'm pretty certain it's going to be the semi-finals. But either way, next up in the Premier League, see the table there. So we're 7 points behind the league leaders, Liverpool, with a game in hand. But we do have a big game coming up soon against Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken. But first we have Brentford and then Bournemouth. So two sides that are probably going to be relegated. So we should be getting all 6 points here against these two clubs. As you see the results for this month, only one loss in the month, which is decent. But next month you see all the games coming next month. So we basically have to win out if we want to win any trophies. Europa League or Premier League. Obviously, I'd prefer both, but that's pretty unlikely. But you never say never. And Jesus is really close to getting that competition record of 32 goals in the Premier League. I think he's going to break it with ease, considering he's got, 10, 11 games left, possibly. And he doesn't even play the full game sometimes. I bring on Eddie Nketiah late in the second half or early in the second half if we're smashing the team as well, just to save his legs and not risk injury. But yeah, into the match now against Brentford. It's going to be Martinelli. Thought he was going to pass it to Partey there, but he doesn't. Gets to Odegaard, who lays it off unselfishly to Jesus. And there's another one for him. Goal number 29. 3 more till he ties the record. 4 till he breaks it. We're on the counter here again. Xhaka to Odegaard. Plays it over the top to Jesus. And Jesus, I think he's just going to go himself. He's got pace for days. And he beats the keeper again. He was way too fast for that centre-back who just didn't want a bar of it. Just couldn't keep up. And just like that, it's 2-0 in the first half. As we cross the ball over to Tierney now. What's Tierney going to do? Sees Jesus, and this time he's going to be provided to Odegaard. And Odegaard makes it 3-0 in the first half now. And that's basically all she wrote. I mean, we have another opportunity here. Martinelli to Odegaard. Chips it over the top to Jesus. Can he get another one? He can. And that's going to be 4-0. What a goal. As we're not stopping. I thought I was offside there with Saka. Whips it to the back post. Trossard couldn't do something acrobatic. Smith Rowe has it blocked, but it falls back to him and he scores another 5-0. Running away with this one. hoping we could keep a clean sheet, but Brentford with a corner here, you know what's probably going to happen. Declan Rice heads it clear for now, but it's going to come back, and they sweat it across there to Ivan Toney, and Brentford ruin the clean sheet there. But we get a win, 5-1, 3 points. 3 points is 3 points, and you see the XG there. We absolutely dominated, 16 shots to 4, with majority of possession as well, which is good to see. But Manchester United win as well against Fulham, so they still get their 3 points as well. As next match is going to be against Bournemouth, who I like Bournemouth quite a lot, and I like their stadium. They're a nice little club, and so if I do another career mode, I could possibly do one with Bournemouth. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't mind doing one with Leicester either. Maybe like create their championship season from like 2016, I believe it was. Or I'm always happy to do a Road to Glory or another league. Yeah, let me know down below if I did do another one. What team would you like to see? But getting into this game now, you see the team I'm rocking with. It's basically my first team. The fullbacks are Zinchenko and Tomiyasu. I always don't know who to start there because I have just some great fullbacks in Tierney and Ben White as well. You see there the goal update. Jesus needs 1 to tie the record and 2 to break it. Is he going to get it this game? You will see shortly. As we're on the attack first here, Jesus sees Martinelli in acres of space. He has the power and the pace to beat his man easily. And he makes it 1-0 as he goes sliding into the net there. 1-0 just over the 21-minute mark, I think that was. And then it was a pretty dead game for up until now, where we're midway through the second half and we find Jesus with the ball over the top. And he hits it. A great shot, and he's tied the record for most goals in the Premier League season with 32. And just what a season this guy's having. As we get to Nketiah now, so we took Jesus off. Nketiah in stoppage time, goes on his left, and he's going to score another one there to rub salt in the wound. And makes it 3-0. Another good goal there for Nketiah, who's been very decent. He's been actually a lot better than I was expecting. I thought maybe I'd bring in a backup striker, but he's done a lot better than I thought he would, so I can probably invest in other areas there. But you see there, Bournemouth actually played decently well if you look at the stats there, but we were just much more clinical. And now we have a big one, a game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. You see the table there. It's really the top 3 and then everyone else. But to really have a threat here, we got to beat Manchester United in this one. Then we can bring it down to 4 points with about 8 games to go. And you see there, they still have Ronaldo in this save. We've got Casemiro. They're a very dangerous side. Looks like they're a little tired though. I'm not sure why. Maybe they had a game sooner than us, or maybe they had a Europa League fixture, but they've got a very decent team. It's going to be hard to score against De Gea. De Gea is either absolutely on fire or he can have a mare here and there. So hopefully it's the latter and we can get the win here and get 3 points. But it's going to be tough playing at Old Trafford. But we're on the counter here and Saka has space for days. And the centre-back has just let Ødegaard run right past him. And Ødegaard is going to go all the way on his right. But De Gea makes a world-class save. And that's why he's Manchester United's #1. But Thomas Partey now. He plays a pass to Jesus and he's onside and he scores. And I believe that's the record-breaking goal for Gabriel Jesus against Manchester United. You couldn't have scripted that any better. But now Manchester United look to respond, but Ramsdale's turn to make a heroic save and keep us the lead. As we get into the second half now, Xhaka plays a beautiful 1-2 here with Martinelli. He's going to go to the byline and then cut it back. And Jesus is going to find the goal. Slides it underneath De Gea there at the near post. And just like that, it's 2-0. And 4 minutes to play. We're on the attack. This can absolutely seal it if we score here. And it's going to be Saka who does just that. On his weak foot. A beautiful goal there for Starboy Saka. The young Englishman who's going to be basically the face of this club just about for years to come. You see, we absolutely dominated them at home as well. We didn't retreat and park the bus once we took the lead. We kept attacking. And we made a mockery of them. And what a brilliant way to wrap up this episode, guys. 3-0 win against Manchester United. Hoping to make a late run for the Premier League title before we have a quarter-final matchup against Benfica in the Europa League. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.